Okay, so the May 2020 test, game 3. Right, so starting at question 12. And we'll actually just start with the setup. All right, so an academic society will hold exactly 6 meetings during the next school year, 3 in the fall and 3 in the spring. Okay, each meeting will be hosted by one of 5 cities. So we have 6 positions, but only 5 players. So we're gonna have to, double one probably. Each city hosting at least 1 meeting. Yeah, so we have a minimum of 1 of each, which means that there's 1 player, we'll say, X, that's twice as many. So X will be the one that's twice, and we don't know which player that is. No city will host more than 1 meeting per semester. Okay, so we can't double up on any within a semester, so we have 1 player that occurs in both semesters. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of potential symbols that we could use for that, but I just put a box in there. So that is going to make things a little bit challenging, because just because a player is in the fall doesn't mean that they are not in the spring, right? So we have fall, spring, or fall and spring as the options for each of our players at this point. So yeah, that does make things more challenging for us. This is not a simple in and out game. Okay. All right, so if H hosts a meeting in the fall, if H is in the fall, then M has to host a meeting in the fall. So the contrapositive is that if M doesn't host a meeting in the fall, then neither does H. Okay. If Vancouver hosts a meeting in the spring, then Tampa has to host in the spring. And the contrapositive. So we can't translate the contrapositive here to be, oh, well, if M isn't in the fall, then M must be in the spring, or to say that if M is in the spring, then we would trigger this rule, right? It's possible for M to be in both. In each semester, either M or V or both must host a meeting. Okay, so MV, and I'm going to add the both option in there as well. Okay, so another way that I can say this, though, is that if we don't have M in a particular season, then we need to have V. If we don't have V, then we need to have M, right? So that's V or M or both, represented as a conditional rule. Okay, so that's my setup, and I'll go into the questions in the next video.